Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Dr. Rizwan here from the Department of Biochemistry, Independent Medical College, Faisalabad. In our previous lecture, we have discussed regarding the phase 1 reaction of xenobiotics, that are the hydroxylation reactions that are carried out by the monooxygenase system or the cytochrome P450 system. We have also discussed the different functions of cytochrome P450 system. In today's lecture, we will discuss the phase 2 reactions that are also known as the conjugation reactions. In phase 1 reactions, the xenobiotics, they are generally converted into more polar form or the hydroxylated derivatives. The phase 2 reactions, it involves the addition of endogenous groups to the foreign toxic compounds, and these compounds are then metabolized. In most of the cases, the conjugation will make compounds non-toxic and easily excretable. These derivatives are conjugated with the molecules such as glucuronic acid, sulfate or glutathione. This renders them even more water soluble and they are eventually excreted in the urine or bile. There are 5 types of the conjugation reactions. The first one is the conjugation with the glucuronic acid. It is also known as the glucuronidation. To explain this first reaction of phase 2 conjugation reactions, that is the glucuronidation, the best example to explain this is the bilirubin. As we already know that the bilirubin is an orange yellow pigment which is made during the normal breakdown of the red blood cells. The bilirubin passes through the liver and is eventually excreted out of the body, even by the urine in the form of urobilinogen or from the feces in the form of stercobilinogen. This reaction is catalyzed in the presence of UDP glucuronyl transferase, and this enzyme, it is present in the endoplasmic reticulum. The UDP glucuronic acid, it is converted in the presence of this enzyme into a glucuronyl donor, and those donors are the phenol or the benzoic acids. The second reaction is the sulfation. The some alcohol or aryl amines and the phenols are sulfated. The sulfate donor in these reactions and other biological sulfation reactions, these are sulfation of the steroids, glycosaminoglycans, glycolipids and the glycoproteins. The active form of these conjugating agent in the sulfate reaction is the BAPS, that is also known as the phosphoadenosine phosphosulfate. The third reaction is the conjugation with the glutathione. The glutathione, it is a tripeptide. It is also known as the gamma glutamyl cystinyl glycine. It is consisting of glutamic acid, cysteine and glycine. The glutathione is commonly abbreviated as GSH. Reason being the sulfhydroxyl group of it is the cysteine, which is a business part of this molecule. A number of potentially toxic electrophilic xenobiotics such as certain carcinogens, these are conjugated to the nucleophilic glutathione, and the reaction can be follows as under. When the electrophilic xenobiotic, it combines with the glutathione and it renders convert into non-toxic form in the presence of an enzyme, that is the glutathione S transferase. Some important functions of the glutathione is discussed in this slide. Number one is if the potentially non if potentially toxic xenobiotics they were not conjugated to the glutathione, they would be free to combine covalently with the DNA, RNA, or the cell proteins and could thus lead to serious cell damages. The glutathione is therefore an important defense mechanism against certain toxic compounds, such as some of the drugs and carcinogens. If the levels of glutathione in the tissue, such as liver, become lowered, then this tissue can be shown to be more susceptible to injury by the various chemicals that would normally be conjugated to glutathione. It is possessing also an important function in the human body and human cells apart from its role in the xenobiotic metabolism, and these important functions are: it participates in the decomposition of potentially toxic hydrogen peroxide in the reactions catalyzed by glutathione peroxidase. It is an important intracellular reductant helping to maintain essential SH group of enzyme in the reduced state. The metabolic cycle involving glutathione as a carrier has been implicated in the transport of certain amino acids across the membrane in the kidneys. When the amino acid combine with the glutathione, it will result in the formation of gamma glutamyl amino acid and the cysteine glycine. The fourth important reaction of conjugation is the acetylation. It is represented when a xenobiotic it combines with the acetyl CoA, then it will convert into its active acetate, and that is the acetyl donor plus the liberation of CoA, that is which is the active acetate. These reactions are catalyzed by the acetyl transferase. For example, the drug like isoniazid, which is used in the treatment of tuberculosis, it is subjected to this reaction, that is the acetylation. The next reaction which describes the conjugation reaction, that is the methylation. A few of xenobiotics they are subject to the methylation by the methyl transferase, which is resulting in the S-adenosyl methionine, which act as a methyl donor. The activities of xenobiotics metabolizing enzyme, they are affected by age, sex and other factors, and these are the significant differences in the enzyme activities among the individuals, many of which appears to be due to the genetic factors, and the activities of some of these enzymes they vary according to the age and sex. In this slide we have discussed the response of xenobiotics, including the pharmacological, toxic and immunological and the carcinogenic effects. The xenobiotics these are converted into its reactive metabolites in the presence of cytochrome P450 system, and with the conjugation with the glutathione, the reactive metabolites they are converted into non-toxic metabolites. When these reactive molecules they covalently bind to the macromolecules like DNA, RNA and different proteins, then they results in the formation then that can lead to the cell injury, which can produce due to the cytotoxicity, and these macromolecules they eventually causes the chemical carcinogens like different mutation process, and it will also result alter the antigenicity when it combines with the different proteins like haptens, so that can produce the antibody production and resulting in the cell injury. When the xenobiotics it is a drug in phase 1 reactions. Many products it is converted into its active form, or the many diminished they terminate its action of its pharmacologically active in the body without prior metabolism. Certain xenobiotics are very toxic even at a low level, for example cyanide. On the other hand, uh, there are few xenobiotics, including the drugs, that do not exert some toxic effects if sufficient amount are administered to the patient. The first is the cell injury, that is the cytotoxicity, as I have already described in the previous slide, which can be severe enough to result in the cell death. There are many mechanisms by which xenobiotics produce cell injuries. The one considered here is the covalent binding to the cell macromolecules of the reactive species of the xenobiotics, which produced by the metabolism, and these macromolecular targets including the DNA, RNA, and the different proteins. The reactive species of the xenobiotics may bind to protein and it altered its antigenicity. The xenobiotics is said to act as hapten, that is the small molecule that by itself does not stimulate the antibody synthesis but will combine with the other antibodies once that are formed. The resulting antibodies can be damaged the cell by several immunological mechanisms that are grossly perturb normal cellular biochemical processes. The reactions of the activated species of the chemical carcinogens with the DNA and the are thought to be the great importance to the chemical carcinogenesis. Some chemicals, for example, the benzoalpha pyrene, it requires the activation of monooxygenase in the endoplasmic reticulum to become carcinogenic, and they are thus called the indirect carcinogens. The enzyme epoxide hydrolase is an interest, reason being it can exert a protective effect against the certain carcinogens. The products of the action of the certain monooxygenase on some procarcinogen substrates are the epoxides. The epoxides are highly reactive and the mutagenic or the carcinogenic, or it can act as both. It could be mutagenic or the carcinogenic as well. Like cytochrome P450, it also present in the membranes of the endoplasmic reticulum and act on these compounds, converting them into much less reactive dihydrodiols. And the reaction is catalyzed by an enzyme which is known as the epoxide hydrolase. So it is converted the toxic compound into less toxic compounds. The epoxide, it is converted into, when it is combined with the water, it converts into dihydrodiol. So the function of xenobiotics is that it converts the more toxic substances to the less or the non-toxic substances by the different process. These are the phase 1 reactions and the phase 2 reactions. Phase 1 reactions involve the hydroxylation reaction in the presence of cytochrome P450, and the phase 2 reaction, these are the conjugation reaction, and the conjugating agents are glucuronic acid, sulfate, cysteine, and acetic acid. I hope you will understand the whole lecture, and you can also read this lecture from your textbook of Harper. So thank you very much, students. We will discuss inshallah the next chapter in the next slides. Okay, Allah Hafiz.